Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and a little bit of a different look here today. We've got to turn off the green screen filter because I'm going to be having my phone up, which has green in it, and all that type of stuff. And then the Razer box itself has a bunch of green in it. And we're going to be talking about the Razer Kishi that I have right here because I've had a lot of people leaving in comment sections and stuff that now that Immortal is out, they were looking for a review on this because it is a little bit of a pricey purchase. And I did do a review on it a while ago here on the channel. But that was before Diablo Immortal came out. We were kind of previewing it. Now that Diablo Immortal is actually out and I can plug this thing in and show you it on camera with the live version of Diablo Immortal, I wanted to revisit this topic because people were still asking about it. And also worth noting that I did not get my Kishi for free from Razer or something. I had to buy it with my own money at full price. I don't have any promotional links. I'm not sponsored by Razer. Nothing like that. This is going to be a fully authentic and transparent review of if I think it's worth the money and how it relates to Diablo Immortal and all of that. So you have context if you are thinking about purchasing this thing. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first off, I'll show you how this thing functions and looks in relation to Diablo Immortal, and then after that, if you are considering purchasing this thing, I'm going to pull up and talk about a few things that you want to keep in mind when you are going down that route to add this to your collection. So this is what the Razer Kishi is going to look like. It's nice and compact, and it buckles in here with a strap to make it really compact, and it's usually about the size of your hand if you're wondering about exactly how big it is when you're trying to store it in a backpack or in a glove box or carry it around anywhere that you're going. And it's got two little release valves here in the back that are going to release that strap, and then you will have the full controller right here is what it's going to look like when you are getting ready to plug it into your phone. Now, worth noting that I do have an Apple device. I've got an Apple iPhone, and we'll talk about this a little bit later, but your version may be a little bit different if you're not using an iPhone. So the way it's going to work is you've got this little connector right here, and that is going to, at least for me on my iPhone, it's going to plug in to the exact same spot that I charge my phone from. So then as I go to plug in my phone to this thing, you can see that it is not going to work for me with the case on my phone. It's too bulky and it will not fit in there. So that is something to definitely take note of. If you want to use this thing, you're probably going to have to take the case off of your phone. There's probably some sort of model of case for some phones out there where you could get some ultra thin case, where it would fit or something. But I know for me personally, it wasn't even close. I definitely had to take off the case to get it to fit in there. So once you've got the case off, I know for some of you, that's a big deal. You'll have to, you just keep that in mind when you're buying this thing, that you probably will have to play it in here without the case and kind of deal with, taking your case on and off while you're going to game. So once we've got it off, it's simply plug and play, slides right in there. And then you're going to pull the other side of the strap and boom, it's literally 3 seconds of setup, case, slide, and strap it in, and you are set. This is what it is going to look like when you've got it all plugged in and ready to go. And this is about the size of it. You can see kind of compared to my hands and my head and what it's going to look like when you're moving around. And as you can see, I already had the game open and it instantly transferred over and it ported in. I don't have to restart the game or anything like that. It is super plug and play friendly. I didn't have to install any sort of special app on my phone. I literally just pulled it out of the box, plugged it in. Doesn't matter if Diablo Immortal is already running or not. It's just plug and play and you're ready to go. And when you're using it, it feels like you're playing on a console. There is zero input lag that I can notice or tell. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit, it just kind of inherently in gaming, but I don't feel it. Like it feels really good. You can see my finger moving and my character moves at the same time, maybe a little bit, but yeah, there is no input lag. Like, this is perfectly fine. I could PvP on this. I could grind dungeons with my friends and I wouldn't have any sort of performance issue. It is performing super well. The buttons feel pretty good. They feel decently sturdy. Like it doesn't feel too flimsily made or like it's going to go bad in a week or anything. They feel decently sturdy. The resistance of the joystick feels about right. Like if I'm barely moving it, it fights against me and stuff. It's not too soft or or anything like that. And the buttons, everything mostly functions how I would expect it to, and it feels pretty good with no input lag. In Diablo Immortal, I can play just fine. Now, the times that I end up using this the most are like, let's say, you know, I'm chilling in bed and I want to do a PvP match really quick before I fall asleep or something. Like, I remember I didn't get my last PvP match in of my dailies, and I'll just grab it. I usually leave the Razer Kishi on my bedstand next to my bed, and if I want to log in, you know, real quick before sleep, I'll strap it in and I'll play a PvP match or something. But obviously, as a content creator, I spend most of my time on the PC, either working on videos or recording stuff, or chilling in Discord with a bunch of people, and you know, in voice chats. But it is definitely a cool purchase for when I want to just relax and play on the couch, or if I'm chilling in bed late at night before I fall asleep. It's great to strap in the Kishi and have this is a much more enjoyable experience for me compared to taking it out of here and trying to sit here and play with my thumbs and my fingers on my actual screen. I would much rather prefer the controller feel of plugging it in and going about it that way. So that was showing you how it functions and what it looks like and how to integrate it, or at least with an iPhone, and kind of what you can expect for the Razer Kishi to perform. Like, now on the way out, there's a couple things I want to make sure I touch base on. So right here is on Razer's official site. Make sure you select the right one. You don't want to make this mistake. So there is a platform to choose when you are looking for a Razer Kishi to buy. You can see over here on the right side, I've got a choice: Android, iPhone, or Android Xbox. So make sure you take a couple minutes to research and get the right one for the one that you are going to, for the device you're going to want to be plugging this in on, so you don't end up getting an iPhone one when you don't even have an iPhone or something. So make sure and use that drop down menu if you are going to be going the route of ordering one. And that does actually affect the price. So you can see here, when I flip it over to Android, it goes down to $80 USD instead of $100 for the iPhone. So unfortunately for us iPhone users, the iPhone version is going to be a little bit more expensive, and all the way up to $100 USD. Now, I think you can maybe find it a little bit cheaper, like a refurbished version on Amazon or something like that, but that'll be up to each of you on your individual shopping. I will let you know my final review based on the $100 price point, because I believe that's pretty close to what I paid back when I bought mine. And usually people like these things rated on like a 1 to 10 scale. I would say on a 1 to 10 scale, just my overall review of the Razer Kishi would be like a 9 out of 10. It functions good. It feels good. There's no lag or anything like that. So it's plug and play. It's very easy. It's very simple. It can be scrunched down to be more compact, to store it easier in like a drawer or something. It feels decently sturdy. All of that is perfectly fine. The only thing that stops me from giving it a 10 is the price point. I think the price point is a little bit high. I would like this at around $50 to $70 in my opinion. But you know, you just gotta kind of weigh your options there on if it's going to be worth it for you individually or not at that price point. If this thing were $50 to $70, I would be giving it a 10 out of 10 for sure. But really the only trepidation that causes it to drop to a 9 is the price point. So lastly here, am I happy with my purchase? Overall, yes, I'm happy with my purchase, and it performs really well in Diablo Immortal. And like I said, there's some times where I'm chilling on the couch or before I fall asleep or something where I will use the Razer Kishi, and it feels way better playing on the Razer Kishi than on just my mobile device. So I would say all in all, if I'm just going by a pass or fail grade, the Razer Kishi in relation to Diablo Immortal would get a pass from me. But if you own this thing or you have tried it out, definitely let us know down in the comments on your experience as well. It's always fun to hear other people's opinions on things like this, and that kind of does it for how I feel about the Razer Kishi in relation to Diablo Immortal. So as always, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.